As promised, ladies and gentlemen, this one we're going to start with non-unit, or we're going to talk about non-unit fractions. So let's just draw a quick rectangle here. We're going to make this 4 by 1 right here. And I'm going to cut it in half, and one I'm going to color red, and the other one I'm going to color blue. And the question for you is what part of this rectangle is colored in? Now, if I ask what part is colored in red, then the answer would be 1/2. If I ask what part is colored in blue, it would be 1/2. But so what part is colored red is 1/2, and what part is colored blue 1/2. But when I ask the total percent, the total colored, you're going to take and put these together. Now, here's the thing that's very important when we're putting fractions together. We're going to keep our language the same. Well, how many halves? We're still talking halves. But how many halves are colored in? Well, 1/2, 2 halves. So 2 halves are colored in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is called our non-unit fraction. And that's made, I should probably put a colon there maybe, it's built from, built from 2 or more unit fractions. So when I put them together, boys and girls, when I put those together, that's when we're going to get a non-unit. So I have a unit fraction here plus a unit fraction here, and that's how I get the non-unit. So let's look at another example. Give me my drawing tool here. So I'm going to go, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's break this into fourths. So here, 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 and now let's color in this one, and this one. So now individually, each one of these this is 1/4, this is 1/4, and this is 1/4. But if I ask you what portion of this rectangle is colored in, you're going to take these ones and add them together. But notice, boys and girls, how many fourths? Well, it's the language, and this is what I call the language, or the denominator is going to stay the same. But the numerator, one chunk, 2 chunks, 3 chunks, 3 out of the 4 are colored in. So the numerator is the number on top, and the bottom number is called the denominator. And when adding fractions, if you notice in each one of these examples, the denominator stays the same. And I refer to this as the language we are speaking. We're speaking in halves. Here we're speaking in fourths. Okay? Whereas the numerator changes when we add them. Let's look at another example. Let's see. I think that's 12. So I'm going to go 4 and 4. Now, each one of these spots individually is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. And if I take something and just go la 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 la, and I ask what fraction of this rectangle is colored in, well, we have 1/3 is colored in here. We have 1/3 colored in here, and we have 1/3 colored in here. So what we're going to do, boys and girls, we're going to add them together. Well, how many thirds do we have? We don't change the language because our language is the language of thirds. So we keep our language the same. Now, how many thirds? Well, 1/3, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3, and this would be our 3/3. And that's how we add fractions. And that's what a non-unit fraction is. A non-unit fraction just means more than one. So if I'm giving you an example, if I give you 1/8, is that a unit fraction or a non-unit fraction? What's the top number? The top number is 1, or a single unit. Whereas a number like 5/8, is this single? No, because there are more than one. So this one here would be a non-unit fraction. Alright, that's all I have for video 2. Again, more than anything, it's just being able to discern the difference between a unit fraction, which is just a single one, the numerator is 1 over a denominator, and a non-unit, where the numerator is more than 1 over whatever the denominator is.